All right, I think we can get started. We're going to be recording this anyways, so for the people that miss it or come late, they can always watch the video. So thanks for being here for the workshop. This is just going to be like a Furucombo 101, just to kind of go over the basics and some simple strategies. So feel free to jump in at any time if you have any questions, or if you can wait to the end, or put it in the voice chat, and I'll make sure I get to that at some point. So, can everyone hear me all right, first and foremost? And see my screen? Okay, awesome, perfect. Thank you. So when you first come to the Furucombo app, this is the website you'll see. So we're going to be focusing on the create mode, so you're going to want to click the launch app button. So we'll go at the top here, there's two modes, Furucombo Invest and then the create mode. So this workshop is focusing on create mode, so we'll switch to that. So first off, we'll just kind of go over the interface here. So you can see we're on the create mode now. The first thing you're going to want to do is ensure you're on the correct network that you want to be on. So we have two options, the Ethereum network and the Polygon network. For this workshop, we're going to be working on Polygon, so we have that selected. We also have a bridge function or bridge cube that you can use to transfer your funds from Ethereum to Polygon. And depending on your wallet, you may have to add the network. So if you do want to add that, you're going to go to something called chain list here, and then you can just click connect wallet. And then you can add the Polygon network to your MetaMask if MetaMask is what you're using. So it's as simple as just clicking that, and then that'll prompt your MetaMask and add you over to the Polygon network. Polygon network does use Matic as gas, so you will need to have some of that in your wallet as well. So once you're on the correct network, then you can connect your wallet here. So in the top right, you're going to click this wallet icon and then choose the wallet that you're wanting to do your transactions on. Glare says he can't hear me. I think everybody else can hear me though. Okay. Okay, so I have my wallet connected now. We're not going to use the smart wallet, but you could also create that and use it. That's mostly for invest mode. But the nice feature about the smart wallet as well is you don't have to approve your token or you have your token approvals on the smart wallet. That will all be done automatically. So that's kind of a nice feature of the smart wallet. So now we're here on the create page. I have my wallet connected. I'm on the Polygon network. There's also a third kind of a settings option here for slippage, and then gas fees, and then infinite allowance. So we'll just have it on auto, fast, and then just manual allowance for now. So we'll kind of go over that and what that means later on here. So the first thing we'll do is to get started with the create mode is you just click this plus cube in the middle here, and then you're able to see all the integrations. So as we're on the Polygon network, we'll see the integrations on the Polygon side. So first off, we have the Furucombo integration, which is just for previous usage rewards. So if you partaked in any of our events, there may be some rewards for you to claim here. That's not really relevant for a new user. We have Paraswap, which is like a swap. So basically, as you click the plus button here, these are all the different protocol integrations that we have. So Paraswap, QuickSwap, Aave, and then the functions that you can add from that protocol onto the create mode. So basically what this allows you to do is kind of visualize these combinations with these different cubes and then create like a multi-link strategy. So the first one we're going to look at doing is just kind of like a swap strategy. So we can kind of choose any of the swap token cubes, either from Paraswap, QuickSwap, SushiSwap, or there's also some from Curve. So I'm going to use Paraswap here just because this is like a DEX aggregator, so it's going to give me the best price on my swaps. So if I want to say swap some Matic for DAI here, you know, I just input the amount I want to swap, and then I can kind of set that, and now I have in the top right, it'll show me how much balance I have in my wallet, how much I'm going to spend, and then how much I'm going to get, which is going to match what's shown in the cube here. So just for interest, let's try to do this also on SushiSwap. And you can see I'm actually getting a much better price on Paraswap here than I would on SushiSwap because it's aggregating all those DEXs and giving me the best price. So let's refresh this here. Yeah, so sometimes this might be kind of grayed out, and then this will be kind of blinking, and you're just going to want to hit that refresh price before you do your swap here. So now that I have my DAI here, you know, maybe I can add kind of as many swap tokens as I want. So let's say that I'm looking to swap a token, and it's not in the list here. So maybe I want to do like Ricochet. Okay, so Ricochet is not in here. So what I can do is I can add the token address. So the best place to go is probably CoinGecko. That will give you, ensure that you're inputting the right token. So here's the Ricochet token. So what I'm looking for here is I'm just looking for this contract address. So I can click to copy this, and I can go into the output here because I'm looking to swap Matic to the Ricochet token, and I would just paste this in here. So now I see I got the Ricochet token. So I would add in my Matic here of how much I want to swap to the token, and then just hit set. So now I'm swapping 0.25 Matic to DAI and 0.25 Matic to Ricochet token. And it's as simple as that. If I'm happy with what I'm doing here, I could complete the transaction. And then I could also add in maybe a send token. And then I could maybe decide I want to send the previous amount of the Ricochet tokens, and then maybe choose a different address on my MetaMask here. And that would send this Ricochet tokens to that address. So once I'm happy with this, I would just hit send. And then it prompts in my MetaMask, and I confirm the transaction. And then so we'll see down here in the bottom left, the combo transaction is pending. And then once it confirms on the blockchain, we'll see another message here. So it confirmed on my MetaMask. And we can go into the wallet here. You probably won't be able to see this part, but we can see that transaction's completed. And then, yeah, now here on the interface, it tells me my transaction's completed. I can click that, and I can see kind of what transpired here. Okay. That's kind of weird. Why this is coming up, I'll have to look into that. It says I picked up some poly dodge. Interesting. Okay. So that is the swap token kind of combo. So a couple other things popped up here down at the bottom once you add the cubes. You can share this combo on Twitter, and you can share the link for this combo. So if you click the shared link combo, and maybe you click new combo here, you can always add this back in and then kind of see the transaction that happened here. So of course the prices aren't going to be the same, so you would have to check the on-chain data or the D combo on the transaction bot feed here in Discord to get the actual data. But if you want to maybe copy someone's combo, you can, or share it with a friend, you can do that with that share combo button. So that's the basic swap. We kind of explained why Paraswap is the best because it's an aggregator, and then adding the custom token. So that's kind of the simplest combo that you can do on Furucombo. And then kind of the next step of using it is kind of using or utilizing like a lending platform. So one of the main ones we have is on Polygon is Aave. You can use Maker and Compound as well on Ethereum. But we can kind of see how we can create a combo then with Aave. So when you deposit into Aave, it allows you to kind of borrow other funds from there. So you can kind of do that all in one combo. So you don't have to deposit funds, wait for that to be approved on the blockchain, and then maybe borrow funds and then, you know, swap that to a different one or do something else with those funds. You can kind of set that up all in one transaction. So the first thing I like to do is maybe go over to the Aave website here and then see which tokens, because we want to look at what the cost of borrowing is going to be and what the cost of supplying collateral is going to be, or what they're going to provide for a bonus for the liquidity. So if we go to markets here, ensure we're on the Polygon network, we can kind of see, okay, so if I deposit more Matic tokens, I'm going to get 0.4% APY, which they're going to provide, I believe, is either in the Aave token or Matic rewards, but that's okay. So we got to look here, okay, what token can I deposit that's maybe going to be a higher earning ratio than the cost of borrowing. So for example, if I deposit US dollars, or USDT rather, I can earn 3.24%, but then if I borrow DAI, I can get 2.88, or the cost of borrowing is 2.88%. So that means I'm at a net benefit here from the deposit versus the borrow ratio. So the other thing we want to look at is the collateral ratio. So this is what confuses a lot of people about the borrowing. It's like how much I'm able to borrow based on my loan to value. So if I was to deposit USDT, I would have to go here on this chart and then see what the collateral ratio is for USDT. They might not, oh yeah. So they don't let you do loans from USDT. That's probably why the rate is so good. So let's do DAI then, for example. So DAI allows you a 75%. So every dollar that I put into DAI, I can take out up to 75 cents of another token. But one thing I want to ensure is I'm staying below this liquidation threshold. So it's always good to leave some room, depending on what you're borrowing, right? Like if I'm borrowing a stablecoin from a stablecoin, I don't have to worry about being liquidated, so I can go kind of right up to the threshold. But if I'm borrowing Ethereum from a stablecoin and Ethereum shoots up in price, I have that risk of being liquidated. So you're always going to want to see how you want to balance your kind of your deposits and withdrawals and your borrowing and lending in that from this chart. And then maybe see your deposit APYs and borrow APYs. So we'll just set up kind of a basic deposit borrow in one transaction here. So because I have, okay, so let's start with a swap because we're going to do, let's do DAI here because it's giving a little bit better percentage. So we could swap some of the Gasmatic I have here for DAI. And then we can deposit this DAI here. We'll do previous amount. And then I'm going to get AM DAI. So because we're doing this in one, so if I go to borrow from this, we're going to notice here that my total collateral deposited is showing as 0, right? Because this isn't on chain yet, so this doesn't know that I've made a deposit. And because we're executing this in one transaction, we need to add something there in between. So if I go to the Furucombo docs, which will provide me with kind of this information, you can check out tutorials here to kind of see how to set up these combos. But I'm going to go to this create page here, and I'm going to scroll down, and it tells you a little bit about Aave here, but what I'm looking for is the utility cubes. So these are what I'm looking for, the add funds, return funds. So what we need to do in our transaction here, if we want to borrow, is we need to return the funds. So what return funds is, so return funds cubes is used when you want to send tokens back to your wallet during execution of the combo. So this is going to let the contract know that I have these AM DAIs in my wallet or provided to the Furucombo proxy in order for me to borrow from it. So I'm going to return funds, and then I'm going to just type AM DAI here. And then again, I can use the previous amount. And what this will do is now the contract or the proxy knows that I have these tokens here. So now what I'm able to do is I'm able to borrow from that DAI collateral. It's still going to show 0 on the interface, but it's not going to give me an error. So going over to this, maybe we want to borrow, let's borrow ETH. So we can go down to ETH here, and then we can borrow, I don't know, a really small amount. Okay, so 20, so this is going to show me, perfect. Okay, so it's going to show me the borrow APY here, the total debt, and then the utilization rate, which I think is coming up incorrect, but that's okay. So we just want to ensure we're kind of below our risk parameters here for the loan to value ratio, so 75%. So 51 cents of 136 is far below it. So you can kind of see here that we've swapped a token, we've made a deposit, we've added the returned funds cube, which again, I can find the information on the Furucombo docs here on what is returned funds. So some cases you're going to need return funds, other cases you may need add funds. It just depends on how you're utilizing the token. So the so this one will kind of add it back to our combo, and then the add funds is kind of similar idea, but a little bit different, and how it works in the functionality. So sometimes, like if I don't have the return funds cube here, and I click the X here, okay, so sometimes it shows in the top left kind of which, when you, like if I was to use an add funds cube here and do the AM DAI, 1.36, it's going to say that I need initial funds of the AM DAI token. So the transaction isn't going to execute unless I have these in my wallet. So that's how I kind of know, okay, well, this must be the wrong cube. Okay, so first let's try to set this up without adding the return funds cube. So as a new user, this may look good to me, you know, swap, deposit, and I should be able to borrow. So I'll hit my approval here. Actually, one thing I'll go over first. So I just rejected this because I want to go to the settings here. And this is kind of one thing we can look at, infinite allowance. So I would only recommend clicking this if you have a token that's kind of rebasing or switching in supply. So this means kind of you're giving infinite approval to the smart contract. So if you have 10 ETH, 50 ETH, 100 ETH, it's always going to have that approval in the system. So you can do this again if you have a token that's rebasing, and then you can revoke that right to it later if you want. So we'll just leave that alone. And so what we're approving here is spending the DAI on our contract here. So because we didn't do the token approval infinite, we're going to be approving the contract to spend 1.36004. So if this value does change, then we might have to change that approval after, which looks like it might happen here. So I think we might have to approve. Let's just grab this and then just refresh. Okay, so that approval went through. So now we're able to send. Oh, it seems like this transaction is going to fail. So what we're missing here is that return funds cube then. So if we add that, return funds, AM DAI. I'm just going to set this as 1, and then I'm going to move it above here, and then I'm going to click this edit and then hit the previous amount. So it wants us to refresh price. Okay, and now we're ready to send again. So if I click send, boom, transaction pops up. I can hit confirm. We'll see here that it's pending on the blockchain. And again, if you want to save this, you can hit this chain button, or you can share it on Twitter. But once we're done with this, we can choose to, I guess we have to click new combo. You can also like trash your combo if you're not happy with how it's set up with this button here. So this combo's completed now. So now if I go new combo, I'll just refresh the page to ensure the data is uploaded correctly. And then if we go to maybe repay, we can see, okay, I got a 50% utilization rate. Collateral is $1.35 and my debt is 150 or 50 cents rather. So this is showing that I borrowed the 50 cents in ETH, and then my collateral is 135. So there you see we were able to do the transaction on Furucombo and provide collateral to Aave and borrow from that all within one transaction. So if we go to the Aave dashboard here, we can see that same data, the amount of DAI we deposited and the amount of Ethereum that we borrowed. To show you how to do a Flashloan collateral swap. So if I have a position on Aave, I have a total collateral of 1.36, and that is in the DAI token. As we can see here, 1.36 on my current balance. And I want to swap that to a different collateral, and I don't have any upfront funds, so I don't have the 1.36 DAI to pay for this collateral. I can simply go Flashloan, and I'm going to 1.37. I'm going to set this, and I'm going to go to Aave to deposit. Actually, I'm going to use this in a different denomination, so I'm going to go USDC. And I want to deposit then the USDC into my Aave. Okay, and what's this is going to allow me to do is I'm going to deposit into my Aave the USDC, and then I can withdraw the other collateral that I have. And then I can swap that collateral to pay back my Flashloan. So with the USDC, I can return the funds. And then, so now this is onto the contract, so it knows, and now I can withdraw my DAI. Let's just double check what I have here. So Polygon scan. Okay, and I got 1.36 AM DAI. My collateral token. So I'm going to max that. That's going to be set to DAI. And then I'm going to swap my DAI to USDC to pay back the flash loan. So I'll just put 1 for now. And then I'm going to previous amount this. And then because, okay, so let's do this as just so I have enough here. And we can always use the previous amount. That's fine. So we're just a little bit low still, so let's do, oh no, we're good. So we're at a net positive here. Okay, so let's give this a go here. So what we've done again is we flash loan USDC because we're going to swap our collateral to USDC from DAI. We've deposited our USDC to AM USDC, which is the collateral token. We're going to return funds to the contract here, AM USDC. We're going to withdraw the AM DAI, which wouldn't be possible without the deposit of the collateral here. And then we're going to get DAI in return. And then we're going to take that DAI and swap it to USDC to pay back the flash loan. So let's approve this transaction. So again, if we look in our Aave, we have a balance of DAI. And this will get deleted, and then we'll add the USDC once we approve this. So now we're ready to send. So it seems like this transaction will fail. Let's just double check the parameters. So we return, we withdraw. Let's just see here what could be the problem. So we got our flash loan, we deposited, we returned funds. We withdraw the, okay, so we have to add funds to the contract for the AM DAI. So AM DAI. So we're going to add that max amount. Set this as 1 for now. And we're going to move that right here. So 1.360061989468026678. Okay, and that should match the balance that's shown here. Let's just remove these decimals, make this easier on ourselves. Okay, and let's refresh price. Okay, and we're gonna have to approve once more because we didn't approve the AM USDC spend, or AM DAI spend. So again, we're flash loaning, we're depositing the AM USDC, we're returning those funds so the contract knows that we have this collateral. We're adding the funds so this knows that we have the collateral. We're withdrawing this back into DAI, and then we're flash repaying. So my initial funds is this, and I'm going to receive these collateral tokens. So we can execute now. And that's executed. So if we go into Aave here now, you can see that our collateral is now USDC. So we're getting a higher APY. We might be getting a higher collateralization ratio. But we were able to do this all within one transaction, all within Furucombo. So this is how you do an Aave collateral swap. There you have it. So that is kind of the basic swap strategy, kind of showing you how to set up yourself on Aave, where to find the collateralization ratios here. So again, this is important to make sure you don't get liquidated. Kind of the utility cubes, so add funds and return funds, and how to use Flashloan to collateral swap. So next time we can kind of go over using a flash loan for arbitrage, and then maybe some other strategies on Ethereum, and maybe how to deposit then to Curve, or liquidity to SushiSwap, or invest mode. But kind of that's the hardest one to understand for people, is the Aave, and then how to use the borrow and repay features, and then how to use the return funds or add funds cubes. So this is kind of the 101 to Furucombo create mode. Does anyone have any questions about anything we went through today? And again, I'll post this on our YouTube. So if you have, or if you want to rewatch this or have any questions, you can go back to that and take a look at that. Okay, perfect. Well, thanks for coming to the workshop here, and we're gonna have probably a workshop every 2 weeks. So I believe next week's in 2 weeks we'll have a workshop on Furucombo Funds, which is our upcoming fund manager system, and then about another 2 weeks after that, so about a month from now, we'll have the 102 Furucombo 102 create mode. So again, we'll go over, using a flash loan for arbitrage, and then maybe some other cubes on Ethereum here, because Ethereum has a little bit more functionality right now. So, you can do supply, withdraw, repay on Compound, and then also vaults here on Maker. So we can take a look. Again, thanks for coming out. And one question here from Glare. Does Furucombo get a cut percentage on transactions? No. So anything you build on create mode is royalty free. So right now, the only money that goes to the treasury is from the auto compound rewards on invest mode. And then later on, there's going to be a performance fee on the fund manager stuff. So anything you do on create mode, it's going to be the same cost minus a little bit more gas fees because it has to go through a proxy. But it's going to be exactly the same as if you go directly to the platform. You bet. And any questions, again, feel free to reach out to me in the chat. I'm always here. So thanks everyone for coming. I hope you enjoyed this 101 create mode session.